We have a decision. So where is he going to sign? Is he going to come here and put on the orange helmet and try and cause terror for Big Ben Roethlisberger, Lamar Jackson, and Joe Burrow alongside Myles Garrett? No. Is he going to team up with his brother TJ Watt and his other brother Derek Watt to create problems for Baker Mayfield, Lamar Jackson, and Joe Burrow? Nope. Is he going to sign with his former AFC South rival, the Tennessee Titans, and create problems for whoever the Colts have at quarterback, presumably Carson Wentz, the Texans quarterback, because it's not going to be Deshaun Watson, and Trevor Lawrence? No. Is he going to Buffalo to create problems for presumably Justin Fields? Whoever the Patriots have at quarterback, I'm not sure. And maybe Tua Tagovailoa, maybe Deshaun Watson. We'll see what the Dolphins do. No. Is he going home to play for Green Bay? No. He's not going to join the Packers and try and terrorize Kirk Cousins, Mitchell Trubisky, and Jared Goff. J.J. Watt is signing with the Arizona Cardinals. Yes, that's right. J.J. Watt has completely left the AFC. He is going to the NFC. Specifically, the NFC West. So, he gets the joy of trying to chase down Russell Wilson, Matthew Stafford, and Jimmy Garoppolo. If I'm Jimmy Garoppolo especially, I'm terrified about playing Arizona. The Cardinals' defense is good. Hassan Reddick is there. Isaiah Simmons, Chandler Jones. Now they have J.J. Watt. And that Cardinals defense has shown that they're aggressive and can make plays. And Arizona might be the top team in the NFC West. Maybe. They might be. I can't definitively say it's Seattle. I can't. Because we don't know if Russell Wilson is going to be traded or not. And as much as I like DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett and Chris Carson and Rashad Penny, basically all Seattle has is Russell Wilson. Their defense is okay. I mean, Jamal Adams is there and he can make plays. I'll give him credit for that. But the Seahawks defense is nothing to write home about. And yeah, acquiring Matthew Stafford makes the Rams one of the top teams in the NFC, without a doubt. I'll say that. But I have questions about Matthew Stafford. And maybe those are questions that only arose because he was stuck in Detroit and had jack shit around him. But that's just the way it is. And yeah, that defense is ferocious for the Rams. I mean, Aaron Donald, Defensive Player of the Year. Jalen Ramsey on the back end. And they have many other players. But I'm just a little bit iffy about the Rams and whether their playmakers can sustain what they've done over the last few years. And I'm not sure if Sean McVay can continue to be creative and use the play-action game as effectively as he did during that 2018 run to Super Bowl 53 where the Rams just went like this against the Patriots. Woo! And fell flat on their face. That was the most boring Super Bowl I've ever seen. Although this past Super Bowl 55, was right up there. Because the Buccaneers just said, no, Kansas City, we're not going to allow you to do anything. Anyway, San Francisco, yeah, they have a great defense led by Nick Bosa. I almost said Joey Bosa, but he plays for the LA Chargers, who should still be in San Diego. It is a total shame that the Chargers are in Los Angeles. Granted, I get it. They started as the Los Angeles Chargers. I get it. But I think more people associate them with San Diego. I mean, LaDainian Tomlinson is my favorite player of all time in the NFL. He didn't play for the Los Angeles Chargers. He played for the San Diego Chargers. I had his powder blue jersey, but years ago, it vanished. And I really am upset that I can't find it. Because as I said, he's my favorite player of all time. And he's a Hall of Famer now. So it just sucks. But, anyway, getting back to it. Yeah, J.J. Watt is signing a 2-year deal with the Arizona Cardinals. It's interesting to me that it is only a 2-year contract. Which means he'll be a free agent again in 2024, I believe it is, if I'm doing the math correctly on that. I might be a year off. Might actually be 2023. Regardless. That means the Cardinals, in a way, only have a 2-year window. And I'm not sure Cliff Kingsbury has what it takes to get the Cardinals to where they should be in that time frame. I'm not sure. I mean, I didn't see consistency from Arizona enough on offense last season. They were good through stretches of the season, and then there were times where the offense just looked all out of sorts. I'm not going to say anemic, but there were just times where I would see the Cardinals play because the NFL was showing the Cardinals game here in Cleveland, and I would be like, I thought this Cardinals offense was supposed to be, high octane, fast tempo, all that type of stuff, and there were times where they just kind of looked out of sorts and a little bit out of whack and couldn't quite get themselves in the right position. If I remember correctly, if the NFL were to pull the trigger on the 17th game for this upcoming season, which they have the option to do, I think the Cleveland Browns would actually play the Arizona Cardinals because both teams finished in third place in their respective divisions. I don't know if that game would be here in Cleveland or if that game would be out in the desert in Glendale. I'll look into that for sure. And pass that information on to you once I figure it out. I don't think the NFL is going to pull the trigger on the 17th game for this upcoming season because of COVID and everything all the details and stuff that would go into it. But I just think it's interesting that the NFL even has that option. So, the main point of this video was to discuss J.J. Watt. But there's something else I want to discuss. So, for those of you who don't know, I have a lifetime goal to see a game at every NBA team's current arena. I believe my dad and I are up to 21 or 22 out of 30. Unfortunately, we weren't able to do the trip we had wanted to do last season because of COVID. We're looking to get back on the horse. I think that's how the expression goes. And check another team off the list for this season. Don't want to give any more details than that. But on the NFL side of things, I don't think I want to see a game at every NFL team's stadium. That's just, as much as I am an NFL fan, there's some stadiums where I'm like, no, I don't really have an interest. But there are about 5 or 6, stadiums that I would say are on my bucket list where I'm like, I need to see a game at this stadium. So here are my top 5 stadiums that are on my bucket list. Number 5 would be Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis. Actually, no. Scrap that. Let me think about this. Okay. Got it. Number 5. The Mercedes-Benz Superdome. If I had to make it top 6, the Colts Stadium would be number 6. Okay? There we go. Lucas Oil Stadium is number 6. Just the overall history of the Colts and what Peyton Manning did for that franchise, and 2 of my favorite players of all time played for the Colts in Reggie Wayne and Peyton Manning. So I would just love to go to the Colts Stadium. But now to my top 5. Number 5. And you'll notice a pattern for most of these stadiums. Number 5 is the Superdome in New Orleans. I would love to go to a Saints game, especially if they're playing in prime time on like Sunday Night Football or Monday Night Football. I don't want to go to a game on a Thursday night. I hate Thursday Night Football. I think the NFL should do away with Thursday Night Football. But anyway, I've heard that it gets extremely loud in the Superdome. Extremely loud. And I would just love to experience that. Just be in the midst of the controlled chaos, if you will. Number 4, I guess it's now called Bills Stadium. For the longest time, it was called Ralph Wilson Stadium. I visited the Bills Stadium when my dad and I drove up to the Baseball Hall of Fame. But I only got to see the outside of it. I would love to go to a Bills game. Again, I don't really have any favorite players who played for the Bills, but again, the crowd and the atmosphere is a big part of the reason why I want to go to a Bills game. I've heard Bills fans are some of the most passionate fans in all of the league. And that it's very hard to go into Buffalo and get a victory. So I want to experience the passion of the Bills fan base. Number 3, Lambeau Field. Simple. It's Lambeau. The history of the Green Bay Packers. It's the Green Bay Packers. History. The fans, the city of Green Bay pretty much owns the team. It's Lambeau Field. Do I need to say more? Number 2, Arrowhead Stadium, Kansas City. They currently own the record for the loudest outdoor stadium, although I think Seattle, once they get fans back, the Seahawks and the 12th man will try and set a new record. So that's why I think Seattle and Kansas City have a fan base rivalry, if you will. I don't think the Seahawks and Chiefs have a on the field rivalry, but I would say Seattle and Kansas City have a fan base rivalry. So I just want to experience Arrowhead and the tomahawk chop and just everything. But number 1 is Lumen Field. Well, formerly it was CenturyLink Field. The home of the 12th man, Seattle. This is simple. The Seahawks are my favorite team in the NFC. I'm not going to deny it. They are. I love the crowd noise. I love the tradition of raising the 12th man flag before the game. Seattle fans get really into it on third down, and opponents have to wear earplugs to go in there, and yeah. So, you see, a majority of my bucket list stadiums are based off fans and the atmospherics. That's just what I really enjoy about going to games. Yes, I enjoy the game itself. I'm not going to deny that. If I purchase tickets for Vikings versus Titans, for example, I'm going to go to enjoy that game. But a big part of it also is the fan base and do I feel like the fans are getting into the game? And I just feel like Saints fans, Bills fans, Packers fans, Chiefs fans, Seahawks fans are some of the top fan bases in the NFL. Of course, this is my biased opinion coming in. Browns fans are the best fans in the NFL. I consider myself a diehard Browns fan, as you know, based on what I did during the Browns season. Which again, for those of you who might be new to the channel, I attempted to do a video collaboration with the opponent's YouTuber, or a YouTuber of the opponent, I guess you should say. I guess I should say, for every game on the Browns schedule. And I was able to get through week 12 against the Jacksonville Jaguars. However, I was unable to finish out the rest of the season due to a medical procedure that I had in early December. So, as a result, I'm going to transfer that goal over to next season. So, yeah, for this upcoming season, when the AFC North plays the AFC West and the NFC North, I'm going to try and do a video collaboration for every game on the Browns schedule. So, yeah, if you know any Bears YouTubers or Vikings YouTubers or any Broncos YouTubers, let me know. Until next time, I'm Ungar To The Max, signing off.